So I've always been pretty straightforward with you all. In fact, when I started this journey of really leaning into talking about the politics stuff and the culture stuff, my only philosophy was, Carlin, just say what you think. Just say what you think, put your ideas out there, let the dust settle, let things fall where they may. And so I've always been really authentic. As many of you have called me grifters, I've actually always been really authentic about my opinions, about what's going on. I've been authentic about my move from the left towards someone who is independent and towards someone who finally decided to vote for Donald Trump. And I think this is important context to keep in mind because I'm about to tell you all something that I don't think many of you are going to want to hear. I don't know that I'm voting for Donald Trump anymore. I really don't. I don't know. And listen, this is something that I've really come to in the last week. Certainly he still has a chance to win my vote back, but here's the thing. I am tired already. It's only been a couple months. I am tired of seeing people that are on the right wilt into the background and not fight for what they want. I am tired of it. If you do not want to fight, then it is not my job to fight for you. You have to be willing to stand up and say what you think. Listen, I talked about this in the roundtable I did with Glenn Beck a week or so ago. The most powerful people in any social systems are not the ones that have the highest rank or make the most money or have been there the longest or any of that. That's not what makes the most powerful person. The most powerful person is the one that is expressive, the one that speaks up, the one that says what they think over and over and over and over and over again, regardless of whether or not it's popular. I see that happening on the left. The left has dang near lost their minds. They are crazy. But they have all the power in this situation because they are the ones that are expressing themselves, whereas people in the center and people on the right are like, oh, please don't hurt us. Please don't hurt us, lefty communists. That's what it's like. And it's really pissing me off. Now, about a little over a week ago, I made a video about Donald Trump emerging from the front door of the White House and walking across that park where all the protesters were and standing in front of the church with his Bible. And I was like, this is a really powerful symbol. This is a symbol of leadership that we need during this time. Where's Trump now? Where's Trump been in the last week and a half? I have no idea. And I pay reasonably close attention. I don't look at everything because I actually have like a real job and other stuff I need to do. But I pay reasonably close attention. Where the hell is Trump? Where is he? Where is he as Seattle is getting taken over and has a commune in the middle of the city? Where is he as Minneapolis is defunding the police department? And don't give me this nonsense about Carlin. He gave out 1 million tickets to his rally in Oklahoma. Oh, yay. Those are people who are always going to vote for him anyway. The reality is that Trump's job approval right now, and particularly, oh, wait for it, in the last month or so, has tanked. It has tanked. This is the aggregate polling on Real Clear Politics. It has absolutely tanked. I am not the only one feeling this way. I am not the only one feeling like, you know what? Joe Biden is not going to get my vote. I am not going to vote for Joe Biden. But which is more appropriate for me right now for where I'm seeing the country? Is it to give my vote to Donald Trump? Is it to stay home and not vote for anyone and just say, you know what? If the right doesn't want to fight, if the right doesn't want to stand up, or even the center, frankly, if people don't want to stand up and say what they think and say they believe that what is going on in the country is wrong, then burn it all down. Burn it all down. Like, I don't even care anymore. I think everyone is insane. And, you know, I've said for months now that I thought that Trump winning again in November was exactly the wake-up call that the left needed to stop being insane. Well, guess what? Maybe Trump losing in November to Joe Biden, of all people, basically a corpse, maybe Trump losing in November is exactly what the right needs to jolt it out of this complacency of, we're just going to, like, please, sir, may I have another? I'm just going to wait and not say anything and keep my opinion to myself and not wear my MAGA hat that I want to wear and just vote in November. And maybe if I do that and I don't speak up, maybe no one on the left will hurt me. Please, grow up, man. Grow up. Listen, here's what pisses me off about the right. You guys always talk about taking personal responsibility, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, going after what you want, not waiting for someone to give you a handout, not waiting for someone else to do it for you. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing exactly that? I have spent the last day and a half arguing on Twitter, and Twitter is not real life. Let's just be very clear about that. I do not believe that Twitter is a representation of real life, but I do think it's a representation of at least politically active people that are thinking about this stuff and having discussions. I have spent the last day and a half having this conversation on Twitter where everyone's like, Carlin, what do you want us to do? Just tell us what to do. Just tell us what to do. I'm not your leader, man. I'm not your leader. I'm doing my own thing. You figure it out. You do your thing. Doing something can come in any number of different ways. It could come with creating a Twitter account and speaking up. It could come with posting stuff on Facebook. It could come with telling your story about why you think this is the right direction to go in. It could come in any number of forms. You have to make that decision. But do something. Stop complaining. Stop being complacent. This is ridiculous. And I'm not the only one who's noticed this. I'm not the only one. Here's a couple examples just from the last day. How about Brandon Straka from Walkaway talking about how he is so sick of conservatives not standing up. He sent out this tweet. I got into this business to tell the truth, not to be popular or to tell people what they want to hear all the time. Attendance at the reopening rally in Connecticut last week was lousy. Why? Because Black Lives Matter announced their counter protest on us. Once again, conservatives let fear keep them home.
I want to talk about how discouraged I am that so many people reached out to me today and said that they wanted to come, they were planning to come, but they were afraid. I'm too afraid to come because I heard that Black Lives Matter is having a protest too. I want to support you, know that I support you, but I'm staying home because I'm afraid.
Staying home because you're afraid. Do you think Black Lives Matter is staying home because they're afraid? No. So why aren't you out there expressing yourself? How about Mike Cernovich? Mike Cernovich this morning tweeted, Trump polling like shit, well beyond the margin of error from unreliable polls that were reliable but misinterpreted or misreported. No one influential, not on payroll, defending him. Early supporters laughing at him, thinks he's a joke. Yeah, he's going to landslide in November. Trump's polling numbers are going down every single day, folks. Joe Biden, literally from his basement, man can't string a sentence together, is beating him. What are you doing? How about Zuby? Zuby tweeted this out this morning. This was in response to this dude, Mark. A lot of it is genuine concern for losing our jobs. If you say the wrong thing, you can be put under investigation or suspended by your employer. It's a bigger problem than realized. I don't think it's a bigger problem than realized. I think it's a huge problem. However, here's what I know. Statistically, in any organization, half of the employees support Donald Trump. Half of you, at least, in any organization. So why aren't you speaking up for each other when you're getting fired for it? They can't fire half the staff. And Zuby points this out perfectly. The only reason that can happen is because of collective cowardice. If people stood up for their principals and friends and colleagues rather than giving into the shrieking mobs, then companies wouldn't be able to get away with firing people over nonsense. And he is exactly right. If half the company stands up and says, we are not bad people, we are not racist because we disagree with this, and here are the reasons why we disagree with this, and we think this is perfectly reasonable, and we want our black coworkers and our black colleagues to be as successful as they want to be, but we think there are better ways to do it. If you stand up and say that instead of shrieking into the corner like a coward, you're going to get a lot further. How about Dave Rubin? Because Dave Rubin has been literally begging people to express themselves. He wrote a whole book about expressing yourself.
Just stop being afraid. The mob depends on the fact that everyone is scared to say what they think. Don't give them that power.
Don't give them that power. What are you doing? You have all these people, me, Mike Cernovich, Brandon Straka, Dave Rubin, Zuby, and I could go on and on and on and on and on. Say what you think. Stop dicking around. Listen, you want to talk about losing your job? I have basically shot my career in the foot, a career that I worked for years to create. It's not as though I'm totally destitute. I still have clients. I'm still, there's still business coming in. But man, this is nothing. What I have now, Thank God I have a low overhead, I'll tell you what. This is nothing compared to what I had before because I lost so many clients when I spoke up. But guess what happened? I spoke up, I felt better, I started fighting back. And yeah, I lost clients in the process, but I'm already replacing them. These things turn around. Why do you want to work for someplace that won't let you express what you think on your private time? Will there be a little bit of pain? Maybe, sure. But is losing a job the end of the world? No, it is not. It is absolutely not. You can always go get another job. Maybe you can even start your own business. You can start doing stuff like this. Start speaking up on the damn internet. You can make money doing almost anything, but you have to have the willpower to want to fight back. And when I look at numbers like this, when I see his approval rating absolutely tanking, when I look at people on the right and they're not doing anything, they're sitting back and hiding and begging not to be hurt by the angry, insane mob, what on earth makes you think I want to be a part of that? I've been a fighter my entire life, but people like me, we cannot pull the weight of all of you. And if this is how you're going to show up, and listen, man, I'm including the elected representatives in the GOP as well. If this is how you're going to show up, that is not a team I want to be on. I will sooner stay home, not vote, watch Biden win, watch the entire system burn down, because then at least maybe we can build something. Then at least maybe we can start again. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call for everyone. I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Right now, Trump does not have my vote in November because he's not showing up, because his supporters are not showing up, and because you guys are just sitting back like, oh, well, please don't hurt us, leftists, please don't hurt us, please don't take our jobs away. Start being adults. Start fighting back. If all of you fought back and expressed what you thought, no one would be able to hurt you. I don't know why this is so difficult to understand. It's not just you. Half of the damn population agrees with you. Most of the people out there in the country right now think what's going on the left is insane. So why are you just sitting back and saying, Carlin, we use logic, we don't use emotions? BS. People make decisions emotionally. I have been screaming this from day one. It's literally in the first video I made about the freaking Trump rally article. It's literally the thing I talk about. You change your minds, or you change minds by telling your story, by engaging with emotions. You have people like me telling you this. Carrie Smith from Unsafe Space is telling you this. Even that progressive political scientist I had on my channel a couple weeks ago, she said this. Everyone is saying this, and you want to ignore it because it's easier to keep your mouth shut and to skulk into a corner and say, please, leftists, don't hurt me, than it is to express yourself and tell your story. Which do you want more? What is more important to you? That Trump get reelected? Or that you get to hide in a corner and not put yourself in any danger or any risk and not express yourself? Which is more important to you? Because I don't think you can have both. I really don't. I don't think you can have both. Choose. Do you want to express yourself and hopefully get Trump reelected? Or do you want to continue being a coward, not saying anything, not expressing yourself, and hoping and praying that it comes out the way you want it to? Which is more important? So I'm telling you, man, you guys seem to think that walkaway Democrats like me, you seem to think that we're a slam dunk for you. I'm here to tell you that we're not. I am not a slam dunk for voting for Donald Trump. You have to make me believe that it's actually worth my time and it's worth my energy and it's worth my effort. You have to make me believe, because right now I don't. I did for a while. I really did. I liked how Trump handled the coronavirus stuff. I didn't think that there was really anyone that could have done any better in that position. And now he's skulked back off into the background. I have no idea what he's doing. You know? And so show me that you want it. Show me that you actually care about this. Because I am already exhausted with fighting. And I'm not even doing that much. But I'm certainly doing more than a lot of you. At least I'm saying what I think. At least I'm putting stories out there. At least I'm bringing interesting people to talk about why the left is insane and why this is dangerous and toxic. What are you doing, man? You don't need to reveal your identity to at least start doing something. But stop making excuses. Stop saying, I can't do it for reason X, Y, B, and Z. Or, Carlin, if you'll only tell us what to do. Do you know how many people have said to me in the last day, Carlin, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. I have been telling you what to do. You haven't been listening. You haven't been listening. If you want to know what to do, go back and watch the video about how you change minds that I posted on this channel. It's in the mid-February. It's around that time. It was right after my Trump rally article went viral. I laid out exactly what you need to do to change minds. Go watch that video and then go do it. But stop complaining and don't ask me to lay out a plan for you, because it's not my job, man. I didn't sign up to lead you guys. All I signed up for was to say what I think and to put my own ideas out there and to express myself. And that is all any of us can do. If you are not expressing yourself, then that is step one. Say what you think. If you want a plan, here it is. Say what you think. And once you get used to doing that, and once you do that in many places and you do it consistently, you do it every single day, then maybe you can come back to me and say, Carlin, I've expressed myself. I've been putting stuff out here all day. I've been getting people to agree with me. I've been sharing my story. I've been sharing why I think this is the right decision. I've been appealing to people's emotions. Go do those things. And then maybe come back to me and we can have a more thorough discussion about this. Because if you're not willing to do those things, if you're not willing to express yourself, if you're not willing to do what Brandon wants you to do, and what Mike Cernovich wants you to do, and what Zuby wants you to do, and what Dave Rubin wants you to do, if you're not willing to do these things, then stop complaining. You won't win any points. Stop. This election depends on people speaking up. Right now, the only people speaking up are on the left. I'm not joining their team, but I'm not on Trump's team right now either. He's got to show me. He's got to show me he wants it, and his supporters do too. And no, I'm not impressed with the 1 million tickets to that rally. Show me something real. Show me something that isn't just a long line of people who already agree with him. Show me that you're interested in changing the minds in the middle that think all of this is insane. Show it to me, and then we'll talk.